All right. Welcome, family. Thank you for being here. So good to see all these beautiful, shining faces
Okay.
and new faces joining us, and those who have been with us for a long time. So, we got the request to do a little bit more restorative today because it sounds like it's been a big week. We will work on the full body. So let's just start with find a bolster, find a pillow, a cushion, anything to sit on. And just come to seated. So we're going to get nice and tall, ground those sit bones, and just feel your heart open wide, spread wide. We're going to work on some really cool things today, but starting with this center heart, the center sternum, you can even place your hands there. Center sternum. This is where the true self resides. So imagine that you're lifting from the inside out at a 60-degree angle, upwards and forwards. And it's actually a lot of work. So it looks like you're just peacefully sitting, but you're actually working really hard, lifting upwards and forwards from the inside out. And that's just gonna widen. I'm just gonna mute us. Oh, thank you. Okay. And then of course we want to start with our foundation because everything else moves from the foundation. So go ahead and you can even reach inside your pant leg if you need to, but move the skin, the tissue, the muscle, everything. So we want to spread the sits bones wide and we want to roll to the front sit bones. So we're getting equally, evenly on those sit bones so that we can stack the spine from there. And once we can connect to our spine, we can connect to our nervous system. We can connect to our full body. Good, palms facing up. And take a nice deep inhalation throughout your whole body. So fill your body with breath, with life force. You can feel your cells energize and percolate just with that breath awareness. Full body breath. And on that inhalation, go ahead and expand your ribs wide, expand your rib cage. And on that exhalation, keep that expansion, but allow the air to go out. So your body is like a vase. You're pouring water out, but the vase keeps its shape. Keeping that expansion, that extension, 360 degrees from the top of the shoulders, the upper ribs, the lower ribs, the front ribs, the back ribs. And the back body is the humble body. Fill up the back body. It's a very neglected area. So where the adrenals sit, where the kidneys sit, that lower rib cage, really expand it wide, fill it up with that breath. And then on your exhalation, keep that expansion. Good. And we will work on that throughout class today. Go ahead and take your palms forward, your palms facing each other, fingertips extended. And we're going to reach from the outside edges of the shoulders to the fingertips. Good. Roll the top shoulders down the back. Lift the armpit chest towards the ceiling. And then lift that center sternum upwards and forwards, pushing from inside of the sternum outwards. And just that is a re-education back home, back to yourself, back to your true self. And go ahead and engage the muscle to the bone. Muscle to the bone. So Engage those arms, squeeze the muscle to the bone. You're going to find new areas that you don't normally work. Squeeze the muscle to the bone. Reach through all 10 fingertips. Soften the face, soften the throat, and yet we have full extension in our spine and in our arms. And then ground the right sit bone, ground the left sit bone. Reach and extend through the floor, reach and extend through the ceiling. So we have those equal opposing actions. Good. Inhale the arms up overhead. Again, roll those top shoulders down the back. Draw your lower ribs to the back wall. Bring that gentle, smooth breath, smooth inhalation through your nose, smooth exhalation through your nose. Bring that smooth breath through your body. Finding that new expansion in your entire rib cage, all the way to the top of your shoulders. Front ribs, side ribs, back ribs, lower ribs, mid ribs. On that inhalation, just expand in 360 degrees. On that exhalation, keep that expansion, but let the air release. Exhale, palms facing up. Yes, we're warming up those shoulders, working on the shoulders and neck. Imagine that your thumbs are hitchhiking downwards and backwards behind you. And we're going to work on this external rotation of the shoulders. So go ahead, use your left hand to grab your right arm. So we're grabbing on the inside of our right arm. We're rolling from the outer edge and bottom edge of your arm towards the ceiling, towards the wall behind you. Oh, and it's a deep, good adjustment. So inhale, find that extension and length in your arm. Exhale, find a deeper external rotation of that arm. And you're like your own masseuse right now, helping yourself find that alignment. Good. Exhale, and I know the arms are tired. Other side, left arm extended. External rotation, use your right arm to get that external rotation of your left arm. So you're really, really using that hand to get a twist. Rolling the lower inner arm towards the ceiling, towards the back of the room. Exhale, extend that left arm longer. Reach through those fingertips. Inhale, roll the top shoulder down the back. Exhale, find that length, that extension. Inhale, get a deeper twist. Good. And then arms down. Don't shake it out, just let your body readjust. It's a new habit that we're forming. And just see if you can feel your heart opening naturally. Feel if your spine is a little bit taller. Because what we're doing is we're just building new habits. So today, I want to weave in the third principle. We talked about 2 principles so far. And these are like the foundations of yoga. They actually, weaving them in, they allow us to tap into our innate joy and happiness and peace. So today, that third yama is Asteya, which means non-stealing, which actually means living from enoughness, living from enoughness. So in our posture, in our body, and just say that, living from enoughness. It feels so good, and it is a choice. So living from our enoughness inside our body looks like our heart open and spreading wide. So opening that chest, bringing that full lung capacity, that full breath. And it's just moment to moment. And so our ego self is actually the upper sternum. So that's when we're like, I'm all that. I'm so good. I'm amazing. But it kind of, it loses the balance. And then the enoughness is our true self, that center sternum, lifting it upwards and forwards. So that's knowing you're enough, but you're not better than or less than. And then when we kind of lose that, right, and we all have days where that gets challenged, we kind of sink and concave. So just feel what that feels like in your body too, where the heart closes and we round and we lose that opening of our shoulders and our heart and our chest. Right. And so in yoga psychology, depression actually lives here in the armpit chest. And that happens when we get closed off. So working with the physiology, because everything is somatic, our body has our held memory. Our body can translate so much. And so if we work on the somatics, the physiology of opening the heart, opening the chest, just notice for yourself, does that impact my brain, my thoughts, my physiology? So opening the heart, opening this armpit chest, this truly is an area that we have to fight for because life, so much of us get sunken in here, right? And closed off here. And that's our lymphatic dumping ground as well. So we have to actually work for it to open that and retrain that habit pattern. And it takes a lot of re-educating to reopen this area. So when we're doing our breath, we actually want to fill anywhere that there's a concave. We want to fill this area up with our breath. And you may not even see the difference, but you can feel the difference of this opening. There's Layla in the background. Confirming. And it might be different side to side. So this is the armpit chest area. Okay, so just notice in yourself, is there a difference when it's closed off in your thoughts and your mental well-being? Is there a difference when this is actively open? And again, it takes a lot of work to get this open, and it takes lifting from that center sternum, lifting upwards and forwards. And so I can feel that I'm growing my capacity. I'm expanding wide. I'm expanding across my rib cage. I'm opening my heart from the inside out. So it's as though I'm pressing from inside my sternum upwards and outwards. Okay. And so it's just a practice of creating new habits. And it honestly takes thousands of hours, right? What do they say? Oh, I think I froze. There we go. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master something. So we're just trying to bring this mastery in throughout our daily life, while we're walking down the street, while we're at the grocery store, while we're in conversation with someone. So opening, filling this armpit chest. Good. And I will actually have everyone come from seated into this knee position. So if have a blanket under your knees, if you have a hard time with seated, you can always be on a chair or seated on the floor, as we already are, on a bolster. But if you're able to get on your knees, we'll be able to find this education better. So our knees are just going to be hips width apart, which is only 2 fists apart. So measure that. I know we think our hips are like way out here, but they're not. Hips width apart. Okay. So we're going to find this living from enoughness inside our body through our body wisdom. So we're going to live it. We're going to experience it. So we're spreading wide across the collarbones. Okay, and then the tendency here for most people is that we splay the ribs wide. It's like untied, loose shoelaces, splaying the ribs wide. And from there, we're actually not living from our enoughness. We're spilling out our energy. We're giving it away. We're not in our strength. So see if you can imagine those rib cage coming together like shoelaces tying tight. Rib cages coming together and pressing towards the back of the room. So these front ribs are entwining. So the outside edge of your ribs is rolling towards the front, entwining. And then the front rib is reaching towards the back of the room. And then it comes out your back rib, the humble body. It comes around, comes back to the front rib, entwining, reaching to the back of the room. So it's this continuous process. Can you feel it? So that's the first step in re-education. So we're getting an entwinement from the back rib cage, all the way to the front rib cage, all the way to the back rib cage. Big difference there. And just notice how it feels for you. And then find that right, left balance. Right knee balanced, left knee balanced. And draw the glutes, the glute muscles straight down towards the floor. So can you step back into your center, into your power, into your essence, into your truth by stepping into it, into your body. So reach through the floor with your knees reaching through the floor. And then the sacrum is that triangular bone in the back of your body, back of your pelvis, and that is reaching towards the front of the room. Okay, so our toes are extending back behind us. Reach through those 10 toes, full extension. Can you create that enoughness in your feet, living fully through your feet, through your toes extending. And then drawing, again, hips are just 2 fists apart. Drawing your knees through the floor. Tailbone descending. Imagine that you have a weight, an anchor on your tailbone, a 50-pound weight, and it's drawing, lengthening, extending, grounding you to the floor. Do you notice how your glutes activate and start to get strong when you have that strong, deep core? And then we're going to go back to the humble body. Remember the ribs, so that lower back rib cage. Entwining from the back rib to the front rib. Bring the front rib to the back of the room. Open the back rib. Draw the front ribs towards each other, towards the back of the room. Open the back rib. But now we want to keep that and somehow open our chest. So lift the armpit chest. You can use your thumbs. It helps to re-educate. You actually hook your thumbs. Lifting the armpit chest up. Do you see how much lift I actually got? So armpit chest. Lifting the armpit chest up. Oh, I lost my back rib. Back rib back. So it's a constant dance. And then so see how this re-education, rolling the armpit chest, it rolls these top shoulders down the back body, rolling the armpit chest. So we're re-educating from the traps living on the front body, where then gravity takes us and we age, get more and more closed. So this again, we have to fight for. Lift the armpit chest, rolling down and back. Okay, let's try and incorporate all of it. Open the back ribs, entwine the front ribs, reach through your toe tips, draw your tailbone straight down. Imagine there's a 50-pound weight anchor. Engage the front of the body to the back of the body. Engage the sacrum to the front of the room. Just that is so much work. But now you're in your strength, you're in your foundation. From here, it's easy to open the heart. Tailbone descending, sacrum reaching forward, heart lifting, rolling those top shoulders down the back body towards your glutes towards the floor. And then lengthen through the top of your head. See if you can get another inch in your spine and your neck. Top shoulders rolling down the back body, lengthening through the top of the head. Reach through those toe tips. Open the back rib. Lift upwards and forwards through the sternum. Take deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe. I know this is like a lot of work. Good, and then come back. Relax, soften, come back to seated. So the idea is, imagine that you have an anthill. And this anthill is full of little sand granules. And maybe those sand granules, they could be any habit pattern, but we'll say for this instance, since we're learning about the subject, is not enoughness, right? And closing off, protecting ourselves, the not enoughness. And you're just taking one granule at a time over to the enoughness pile. One granule at a time, one granule at a time, through your practice, through your awareness, throughout the day-to-day habits. And eventually you have this huge ant mound of enoughness, right? And nothing in the other. So it truly is just a repatterning of the brain and the body. So let's come to standing. Go ahead, stand up. And we're going to take our feet wide, our legs wide. We're going to kick our heels out, pigeon toe. And we're going to open the back thighs. Remember the back body, the humble body. Open the back thighs. We want the back of the thighs to be juicy. Usually those hamstrings get tangled. We want to untangle them. So open the back of the thighs. We are getting an internal rotation. So your outer edge of your hip is rolling to your front thigh. Your inner groin is rolling to your back thigh. Go ahead, lean forward, Take that stance wide. Keep leaning forward. Yes, good. I'll show side position. We're just leaning forward. So we're getting a miniature back bend in here. And again, it comes from our foundation. So go ahead and ground the outside edges of your feet. Ground the outside edges of your feet. Lift your inner arches up towards the ceiling. Yes. Roll from the outer edges of your hips toward your inner groin to the back of the thigh towards the outer edges of the hips. Re-educating. That's going to translate into your sit bones, into your spine, into your neck, into your shoulders. Find that equal pressure in your feet so you're really, really grounding onto those outside edges of your feet. Press, press, press. Imagine that you're spreading the floorboards wide. And now take the front of the thigh to the back of the room. The front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. So engage the muscle to the bone. Squeeze the muscle to the bone. I want to wring out any lymphatic congestion in the thighs. I was just learning so much of our hormone balance actually has to do with the elasticity of our thighs and the strength of our thighs. So foam rolling, really smoothing this out, all this muscle out, moving that lymph. And again, engage the muscle to the bone. And then your sit bones are spreading wide. Sit bones wide, sit bones wide, sit bones wide. Just keep building those neural pathways from your brain to your sit bones. Sit bones wide. Pressing on the outside edges of your feet. And reaching your sit bones back towards the wall behind you. Reach, reach, reach. It's really hard. You know, I said we'd be more restorative today. I'm sorry. We'll get there. Reach those sit bones. Roll those sit bones towards the back of the head. Roll those sit bones towards the back of the head. Roll those sit bones up towards the ceiling. Roll, roll, roll. Smooth, soft breathing. And then the heart is lifting, opening. So from that inside sternum, lifting upwards and forwards. Takes so much work to lift that sternum upwards. Roll those top shoulders down the back. And again, front of your thigh to the back of the thigh, front of the knee to the back of the knee. Spread the sit bones wide. So I do want there to be some burning, muscle strengthening in the spine, opening up that heart. And exhale, come on up. Just coming to standing, keeping the legs wide. Smooth, soft, rhythmic breathing. Good. So we want to press those outside edges of our feet into the floor. And now we want to engage the muscle to the bone. Engage the muscle to the bone, especially in your thighs. And that's an infinite action, an endless action. So 1% more potential. Okay, 1% more potential. 1% more potential. 1% more. And you just keep going with that action. So you're going deeper, 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 deeper inwards. And it truly is infinite. There's no end. Muscle to the bone, muscle to the bone, muscle to the bone. And through that, we're going to start to make spaciousness in our knee joints. Have that spaciousness, that opening, that blood flow, that circulation. Keep grounding the outside edges of your feet. Lift your inner arches towards the ceiling. And then that inner knee, the inside knee where the joint is going to reach towards the outer knee joint. So inner knee is reaching towards the outer knee. And woo, does that fire your hip muscles. Inner knee reaching towards the outer knee. Inner knee reaching towards the outer knee. And those legs are extending, growing longer. So if you have anything that you're working through with ankles and knees, this is going to be so beneficial. Because we're re-educating the feet, re-educating the legs, muscle to the bone. We're creating that spaciousness in the knee joints and then toning the muscle around it. Tailbone descending towards the floor. If your feet are getting tired, it's okay. We're just re-educating them. Tailbone descending, tailbone descending, tailbone descending. Again, an infinite action. Extending out the top center of the head, lifting, 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 growing taller, growing taller. So you're growing in both directions equally. And use your breath, soften, smooth out the breath, breathing through the nose. And just take those different points of awareness, go inwards, see if you can integrate them at whatever capacity, whatever level today. Floorboards spreading wide, equal pressure of the feet, pressing the outside edges, inner arches lifting, front of the thigh reaching to the back of the thigh, front of the knee reaching to the back of the knee, inner knee reaching to the outer knee, inner knee reaching to the outer knee. And if you're getting percolation or shaking, that's good. We're just rewiring the nervous system, strengthening, toning the nervous system. Inner knee reaching to the outer knee. Glutes chasing towards the floor. Coming from our enoughness, so reaching from the back rib, open the back rib. Front ribs are coming together like shoelaces tying. Front rib is reaching through the back of the body, opening in the back body. It's actually a torus. Do you guys know what a torus is? It's this shape. It's like a donut. It's the shape of a donut, but the energy goes downwards, upwards, outwards, downwards, upwards, outwards, downwards, upwards, outwards, downwards. It's an endless energy cycle. So that's what's happening with your ribs. Turn that donut. It's going from the front body to the back body, from the front body to the back body, from the front body to the back body. Good. Ooh, those legs are shaking. Anyone else? Getting that percolation. So we're resetting our pelvis. We're resetting our sacrum. From there, the spine can find its alignment. Smooth, deep breathing. Smooth, deep breathing. Can you lengthen the spine, grow a little taller, extend out the top of the head. And the reason that we hold these longer timings is that we're going deeper, 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 deeper. And so our body holds all of these protections. You know, if you've ever had an injury, your body, the fascia tightens up around it to protect it. So we're releasing these layers so that the body can come back into homeostasis, because, you know, that was necessary at that time to protect that injury. And now it's time to reintegrate the full body. And then just bend the knees and slowly, slowly walk those heels together. And I mean go slow, because you just did a big, 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 big dissection. Slow, slow, slow. So we're dissecting the body from the inside out. Okay, take a breath, just feet together, come to standing. I'm just going to adjust my screen. Feet together, come to standing. You might feel that one tomorrow. You might feel a little sore from that one tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to take that same awareness, but we're going to translate it into this pose, feet together. And I really love this subject. I love weaving these foundational principles, these yamas, into our poses, because this is truly the foundation. So we're going back into that subject, Asteya, non-stealing. So a really good example in our body is when my ribs are splitting forward. They're open, but they're actually stealing energy from the back body, from the adrenal glands, from the lower back, right? The lower back gets crunched, it loses its strength, okay? So when we come back into balance, that's when we open the back ribs. We build the strength there. We have that torus. Okay, now we're back in our center. Now we're back in our strength. The lower back is actually protected. Those adrenals are getting nourished. So see if you can do your feet together. Big toes touching. And see if you can spread those 10 toes wide. Spread the 10 toes wide. And we're going to press through the mound of your big toes. Press through the mounds of your big toes. And then if you can, we're also going to get our heels together. Big toes touching, heels together. Good. So you can actually lift your toe tips to press the mounds of the big toes. Extend the toe tips wide, press through the mounds of the big toes, press through your innermost heel down towards the floor. And you'd be amazed at how much more potential there is in the body that's just hiding. So press through your inner heel to activate the full potential of your legs. And then again, we're going to go for that inner knee joint, reaching towards the outer knee joint. Good. But again, we're always doing equal opposing actions, which makes this feel impossible. So inner knee joint reaching towards the outer knee joint. And then we're going to press through your inner heel and your mound of your big toes. So inside of your foot, outside of your knees. And if that didn't make sense, it's okay. It will at some point. So press through your mound of your big toe, reaching down. Reach through your inner heel down. We're on our inside foot, which brings us to our inner spine. Translate that all the way down and all the way up. Imagine that your legs are reaching through the floor. Imagine that your spine is growing long, but again, not at the expense of the front ribs flaring. Open the back body, hydrate the back body, educate the back body, nourish the back body. And then draw the front of the thigh to the back of the room. So this simple training you could do for thousands of hours. And the reason it's so effective is when you're engaging the muscle to the bone in the thighs, those kneecaps start to lift up towards the ceiling. So front of the knee to the back of the knee. Kneecaps are actually lifting towards the ceiling. Front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Open the back of the thigh, hydrate the back of the thigh. And your knee joints will start to get spaciousness. They will start to get juicy again. They will start to get hydrated. And we're strengthening them to protect them. Smooth breathing, tailbone descending, heart lifting. And then soften the face, soften the jaw. Because if we're gripped, we're not able to receive. So let's just soften the jaw, soften the throat. And then again, extend out the top of the head. Press through the mounds of the big toes, reach through your toe tips. Front of the thighs to the back of the room, sacrum to the front of the room. Equal balance in your feet. Press through your inner heel, your mounds of your big toes. Draw your groins to the back of the room. Tailbone descending. Good. Exhale, soften, relax. Good work. Again, coming out of this slowly because you're doing really deep work. This next one is also one of my favorites, and there are different adjustments depending on your knees, your back. So if you can be on a soft surface for your knees, and again, I will do an alternative. And if you have a wall, I will show that demonstration too, because that's really powerful. And then the heel, you can just watch for now, and then I'll guide you. Go on your toe tips. And so we have a couple of options here. We're gonna work through the alignment. We're gonna open the heart. All of this has actually been the setup for this. So we're opening the heart, we're grounding the tailbone, We have spaciousness in our lower backs. Just this is phase one. You can work here. This is endless work here. Phase two, you're looking up, you're drawing the tailbone down, elbows descending, heart opening. That's tons of work. Phase three, maybe nobody goes into phase three today. Phase three is when we drop the hands to the heels and the heart opens. And I'll walk you through it because there's specific alignment. And then when I come out, watch this. I come out even. The tendency is for one person to come, is for us to come up with one arm at a time. I can tweak your low back. So if anybody goes into phase three, it's even. We go down even, we come up even. We go down even, we come up even. Okay, and then if you have a wall, we're gonna do it against the wall because that's the re-education. So we're gonna walk through phase one and phase two together. Find something under your knees. If you cannot do this one because of your knees, just come to seated on a bolster, on a cushion. Try and get the hips above the knees, feet together, okay? So those are the options, and we'll get set up together. So those of you that are practicing this is our restorative pose. And for phase one, we're just gonna do the hips. You better. We're gonna get the hips, or the, what am I trying to say? I did not sleep well last night. The two fists together, hips width apart. Good. Toes reaching back. Okay, phase one, we've done all the preparation of class today was in preparation for this. You're drawing your glutes straight down to the floor. Tailbone descending, tailbone descending. Heart lifting upwards and forwards. Armpit chest lifting. Because if we try and do this without lifting our armpit chest, it's just gonna strain our lower back instead of strengthen our lower back. So again, so much work in this simple posture. Glutes are toning and strong. Tailbone is descending. We've got that torus happening. Outer rib, back of the ribs are reaching towards the back of the body, towards the outer body, towards the front of the body, towards the inner body, continuously. And so if you're doing phase one, just hands on your hips, draw your glutes down to the floor and look upwards towards the ceiling, heart lifting. Glutes down, glutes down, glutes down, making spaciousness in your lower back. Try not to look at the screen or look at me. Try not to turn your head. Keep your chin parallel with your chest. Open the heart, open the heart, open the heart, open the heart. Lifting the heart, lifting the heart. Elbows are weighted. Phase two, keep that, but just go onto your toe tips. Tailbone descending. And I don't know that anyone's gonna go into phase three today, but I'll walk you through it. The hands come from the hips at the same time, at the same rate, go to the heels, and the heart opens. Tailbone descending, heart opening. Tailbone descending, heart opening. Heart opening, heart opening. Exhale, come up at the same rate. Down at the same rate, up at the same rate. And if you're still in that position too, your thumbs are drawing your glutes down towards the floor. Your heart is lifting, your elbows are reaching back. And then exhale, come on. Okay, so that is a opening of the front body, a rehydrating of the spine. It actually works on your thyroid, your endocrine system. Yes, so important. And so now, sorry, Karen, we're finally going to get to that restorative. Now, we're just going to come knees wide, face forward. If you have glasses, you'll just remove those glasses. I love this pose. This is truly a homecoming pose. So this one really does re-educate that humble body, the back rib cage. So your forehead is on the floor. Your arms can be relaxed right now. Try and align that center forehead with your center nose, center chin with your center throat, center chin with your center heart. And then we're coming back into our balance again. We're working with that eye alignment. So you want to soften the right eye, soften the left eye. Usually there's one side of the face that's coming towards the floor, a micrometer or a lot than the other side. And we just want to barely adjust so that both planes are level. It's going to open up the back of the brain. It's going to balance the brain. It is, again, balancing the brain from the inside out. And it's so subtle, you may not notice it because maybe it's a habit that we've been doing for 50 years, right? So just play with it. Draw the right side of your face slightly more towards the floor. Draw the left side of your face slightly more towards the floor. Right, left, till you start to hone in on what is actual true balance, not our perceived balance that we've been doing for years. So center forehead, center nose, center sternum, center chin, center belly button, center pelvis. Reach through your toe tips. Beautiful. And so we're just gonna stay in that pose. Let your body soften, relax. Feel that weight from the right side to your left side. See if you can get that equal distribution on any part of your body that's touching the ground. So whether it's your knees or your shins. Your right palm, your left palm. And then just reflecting on this principle. Again, these principles are just how can we tap more into our joy, into our happiness, into our kindness. So today we learned about Asteya, which is living from enoughness or non-stealing. So that includes time, attention, energy, material things, our physical bodies that we learned, respecting other people's boundaries and creations, letting go of comparison, learning to trust your unique path and timing. It's going to look different for all of us. Learning to show gratitude for where we're at in this exact moment. Learning to be grateful for what we have right now, where we're at right now. And then the reflection question on this is, what am I taking that isn't mine, and how can I give instead? And again, this is just self-study. It can be very subtle. What am I taking that isn't mine? How can I give instead? And again, learning this practice of enoughness through our physical body. So we can learn it by opening our hearts. We can learn it by balancing our rib cage. We can learn it by standing on our right side and our left side equally. Coming back into that center, into that balance. It's actually a really, really, really beautiful practice. So if you do bring this into your week, if you choose to, notice any subtle differences in your life and your joy. Yeah, we can start coming up to seated. See, a lot of us are coming out. So you're just in child's pose. That is surrender. It's coming back to our inner child, our wholeness. Yay, and then whatever comfortable seated position you're in, you can be on your knees, you can be sitting cross-legged. Let's just bring our palms to our heart. Allow those elbows to be weighted, throat to be soft. Softening that throat, coming from our enoughness, whatever that means. Today, soften the face. Soften the jaw, soften that center brow. Imagine that your side temples are opening like horse's eyes. And then I'm just gonna do a tiny bit of self-massage. So come into your jaw and just walk up, walk all the way up to the inner ear. And you'll start to feel, this is where a lot of people hold tension. And just do little gentle circles here in both directions. You can also do figure eights here. Circles, figure eights. But we're just learning to soften here. A lot of congestion gets built up here. And then you can walk that all the way underneath your cheekbones, on your upper jaw, on your lower jaw. And getting that circulation. And there's actually, our jaw is really strong. It's a muscle we use a lot. So you want to really get in there, really release the jaw and go all the way up to the ears again. And just, put a good amount of pressure. Maybe one side is a little more tender than the other. And then open the jaw, close the jaw, open, close, open. See if you can go a little wider. Close. So if we can work on that a couple minutes a day, can really start to make some big differences. Good. So nice, isn't that? I love that. Okay, so we are at the top of the hour. I know some of us are going to have to hop, but if you want to share any reflections or takeaways, or how are you guys enjoying weaving these foundational principles into our practice? How are you enjoying that?
Love it. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
It makes an even stronger connection, I find, when you really think about those.
It's beautiful, right? Learning how to live it in our bodies, and then that truly, it just starts to translate to life. Cool.
Yeah, it truly is beautiful, and it always
Are you awake, Karen?
Huh?
Are you awake?
Yeah, more awake than I usually am. Yes, ma'am. I truly am. Thank you, but I'm always surprised at how much enoughness I already am, because I was concerned about coming. Sweet Angel Sandy shared with you how strenuous our week was, and I was tired, and I was like, wow, maybe I should have my camera off so I can slack. But I'm so glad I didn't. And I just thank you again, Coach Rita, when you were saying about, I think you said 1% more possibility. Is that what you kept having us say?
Yeah,
1% more
1%
possibility.
more possibility.
Possibility. That just kept me going and kept me going. And I think about that it's like bite-sized, palatable goals. You know, your micro wins become macro wins as you just continue to move forward. So that just helped me to continue to do the practice. And I always get value when I come here. And even though I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, so I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad all of you guys are here with me to help me go through it.
I love
Love
that
you
you
all.
choose to show, not, not always, but you do pretty much consistently, you choose to show up, even on the days where it's hard too. So I congratulate
Oh
you.
yeah. Yeah. When I'm not here, it's actually because I cannot physically be here because of an appointment or grandkids or something of that nature.
Yeah,
But
you
oh yeah.
show up. Beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And that's that good reminder.
Thank you.
Usually the days that we don't want to show up are the days that we need it the most.
And that's it. You're right. Right on as usual.
Love
Oh
you, my
yeah.
sister
Love
Karen.
you. Love you too.
Yeah, I hope you get
Love
some.
those hands.
Sending love to all.
Love you
Oh, thank you.
all. Thanks
Sending
for
love
being
to
here.
you
Thanks
as
for
well.
practicing.
You got to give Layla
Oh.
kisses for us.
I will.
Yes, please do. Give her a big
Yeah.
kiss. Loved hearing her voice
Yes. Oh
in the
my gosh.
background.
She's
Yeah.
growing.
You all enjoy the horses and all that good stuff today, the
Thank
beautiful
you.
weather.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You all enjoy as well. Love you all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Coach
Love you
Rita.
too.
We'll see you again
Thank
next
you.
week. And thanks for showing up. I don't
As
know.
always,
Okay.
TGIF.
Yeah.
Thank God it's Friday and we have Rita.
Thank God it's Friday to put us back together again.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know if that was restorative exactly, but
It
It was just
restored
some brain
me. I
stretching.
love
Yeah.
it.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. Mwah.
Thank you.
Love
All
Bye,
right.
Coach
Everybody have a
Rita.
great
Bye, Jennifer.
weekend.
Talk to you in a minute. Bye,
Bye.
Elaine.
And
See
Thank
bye,
you,
you.
Sandy.
Karen.
Bye bye.